While the world obsessed over synth pop and hair metal, Aussies were brewing something louder, grittier, and more dangerous. This was the decade when Aussie rock came of age, when pub stages birthed legends, when three-chord anthems became national treasures, and when bands like INXS and Midnight Oil proved we could conquer the world. Today, we're counting down the 20 Aussie rock songs from the 80s that didn't just define a decade, they defined us. The tracks that still give you chills when that first riff hits. The lyrics you scream in the car like it's 1985 all over again. From political firestorms to heartbreak ballads, these are the anthems that shaped a generation. We've got INXS's Sleek Rebellion, Cold Chisel's Working Class Poetry, Divinal's Dangerous Glamour, and a song about Vegemite that topped the US charts. These weren't just hits, they were cultural earthquakes. So crack a tinny, turn it up loud, and let's go back to when Australian rock ruled the world. At number 20, INXS, Don't Change, 1982. By late 1982, INXS were staging their international breakout with Shabu Shubab. Producer Mark Opitz tracked Don't Change at Sydney's Paradise and Rhinoceros Studios, layering crisp drums, swirling guitars, and Hutchins's emotional shove-front vocals. Recorded via multiple double-tracked takes to capture both vulnerability and power. The hanger shot video filmed by Scott Hicks underscored that moody tension. The single hit number 14 in Australia, number 80 on Billboard Hot 100, and number 17 on US rock charts. It helped the album go gold in the US. Decades later, it recharted in Australia post Never Tear Us Apart series and earned a 2017 induction into the National Film and Sound Archive, proof of its lasting mark. At number 19, Cold Chisel, Forever Now, 1982. Forever Now arrived as a bold pivot. Written by drummer Steve Prestwich, originally titled Acapulco Piranha, turned into a haunting reflection under Mark Opitz's production at Paradise and Studios 301, featuring gentle piano, understated drums, and Ian Moss's smooth vocal. Opitz's We've Got the Single, a moment came at an early soundcheck. It peaked at number 4 in Australia, number 2 in New Zealand, spent 18 weeks on chart, and was their first top 5 hit. Its contemplative investigation of time and memory earned it covers from The Reels and Pete Murray, securing its place as a tender moment in Aussie rock. Number 18, Midnight Oil, Beds Are Burning, 1987.
Where the river broke, the bloodwood and the desert oak.
By 87, Midnight Oil had chart momentum, but Beds Are Burning exploded globally. At Albert Studios in Sydney, producer Warren Livesey and engineer Guy Gray captured live room energy and drum tape delay, accentuating a ticking clock intro. Peter Garrett's vocals, mic'd with a Newman TLM 170, drown in urgency as guitars propel the lyrics about giving back stolen land to Indigenous communities. It soared to number 1 in Australia, Canada, New Zealand, number 6 US, and number 7 UK, staying atop the Aussie charts for 4 weeks. APRA named it a top 5 Aussie song, and it's one of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame's 500 songs that shaped rock. With 20+ million YouTube views on live performances, it's still a fight cry. At number 17, The Angels, Am I Ever Gonna See Your Face Again? Live, 1988. Originally from 1976, it was the 1988 live line version that cemented this anthem. Filmed live at Melbourne's Festival Hall, it unintentionally birthed the infamous pub chant, "No way, get fucked, fuck off." That spread nationally and became an Aussie rock rite. That single topped Area's live singles chart. Built around a grinding riff and David Brewis' punchy vocals, the energy is palpable. It's still one of the most unavoidable crowd sing-back tracks at any Aussie pub. Number 16, Men at Work, Down Under, 1981.
On a hippie trailhead full of zombies.
With its flute memos reminiscent of Kookaburra, written by Colin Hay riding a wave of Vegemite and Big M, Down Under was Men at Work's breakout. It topped charts in Australia, the US, and UK, rare for any Aussie artist. Produced by Peter McKayan, recorded at Music Farm, Sydney, it fused reggae rhythms, irony-laced lyrics about chunder, and nostalgia for home. In 2009, it famously featured in the Cricket World Cup promotions. To this day, every Aussie knows the first verse by heart. At number 15, Divinals, Boys in Town, 1981. Written by Christina Amphlett and Mark McEntee for Monkey Grip, Boys in Town pans punk energy through a pub rock filter. Produced by Mark Opitz and cut at Paradise Studios, the track debuted with a searing guitar riff, pulsating bass, and Chrissy's snarling vocals, supported by gritty backing harmonies. It reached number 8 on Kent charts and launched Amphleth's icon status. Her spiky performances in a school uniform added charisma. The song remained a staple of 7 network drama intros throughout the 90s. Number 14, Australian Crawl, Reckless, Don't Be So, 1983. Originally appearing on the Semantics EP, Reckless was produced by Mike Chapman and recorded at Platinum Studios, Melbourne. James Rain's trademark slurred vocals gave the song a fading sunset vibe, matched by understated guitar and synth. It hit number 1 on the Kent Music Report, stayed for 20-plus weeks, and defined an entire coastal generation. Its evocative video featuring Bondi Cliffs captured Aussie dreaminess. Decades on, it remains a staple on nostalgia radio. At number 13, Jimmy Barnes, Working Class Man, 1985.
Working hard to make a living, bringing shelter from the rain.
Penned by Journey's Jonathan Cain and recorded at Paradise Studios, Sydney, with producer Mark Opitz, Working Class Man paired asphalt groove production with Jimmy's gravel throat. Released on For the Working Class Man, it shot to number 5 on the Kent Report and went platinum. The hard-driving guitars, thundering drums, and Barnsley's gritty shout made it a working-class hymn. A 1990s Area Heritage Award confirmed its anthem status, and today, it's still played on most Australian sporting event playlists. Number 12, Icehouse, Great Southern Land, 1982. Iva Davies recorded this at Strawberry Studios with Fairlight CMI synths, creating an eerie desert soundscape. Icy synth beneath rhythmic guitars. It hit number 5 in Australia and spawned a documentary of the same name that toured national cinema. It earned triple platinum sales and became synonymous with ABC's Outback coverage and Australia's bicentenary TV montages. In 2011, it was added to the National Film and Sound Archive's Sounds of Australia. Breaking into the top 11, Hoodoo Gurus, What's My Scene, 1987. Off Blow Your Cool, produced by Mark Opitz and mixed at the Hit Factory, NYC, What's My Scene uses jangling chords, tight drums, and Dave Faulkner's lyrical self-identity quest. The single peaked at number 3 on Kent charts, and quickly became entrenched in school disco culture. In 2006, it was refashioned as That's My Team, the NRL's official theme, gave it fresh life and earned opera recognition as one of the top 30 Australian songs ever. Number 10, The Church, Under the Milky Way, 1988.
Lower the curtain down Memphis.
Recorded at Studio Miraval in France by producer Wadi Wachtel and co-producer Greg Ladagny, this lush mix used 12-string guitars and reverb to create its mesmerizing sound. It peaked at number 22 in Australia and number 24 in the US, later featured in Donnie Darko, and went gold. With Peter Koppes's chiming riff and Steve Kilby's introspective lyricism, it's been described as dream pop before dream pop existed. At number 9, Mondo Rock, Come Said the Boy, 1983.
It was a party night. It was the end of school.
Crafted by guitarist Eric McCusker and produced by Mark Opitz, Come Said the Boy blended pulsing rhythmic guitar and 80s synth. Its sensual storyline about a teenage experience stirred controversy, leading to partial bans on several stations. Still, it climbed to number 2 in Australia and went platinum. Even today, the track features in retrospective documentaries exploring the era's changing attitudes. Number 8, Noiseworks. Take Me Back, 1987.
You never expected to be in your wildest dreams.
From their debut self-titled album produced by Mark Opitz and recorded at Rhinoceros Studios, John Stevens powers through with soul rock grit. Horns accent the chorus, and the building arrangement, complete with call and response backing vocals, drove it to number 7 on Kent charts. It became a live staple, with radio stations playing acoustic covers decades later, testifying to its continued popularity. At number 7, Goanna, Solid Rock, 1982.
Feel the endlessness, the coming of the light of day.
One of the first mainstream songs to highlight Aboriginal issues, Solid Rock was revolutionary. Featuring the didgeridoo of Billy Inda, it topped out at number 3 and stayed in the top 40 for over 20 weeks. Shane Howard wrote it after a spiritual experience at Uluru. This song is its echo. At number 6, Mental as Anything, Live It Up, 1985.
How can you see looking through those tears? Don't you know you're worth your weight in gold?
Engineered by Richard Gotterer at Rhinoceros Studios, this single combined brass, rhythm guitar, and satire-laced vocals from Greedy Smith. Peaking number 2 in Australia, it burst globally at number 3 in Germany and number 1 in Austria after appearing in Crocodile Dundee. If Australian summer had a soundtrack, this would be it. Decades later, its video remains a party staple. Number 5, Dragon, Rain, 1983. Though Kiwi-born, Dragon's Australian career surged with Rain, penned in a 15-minute jam by Mark and Todd Hunter. Recorded by producer Steve Bywaters at Studios 301, it hit number 2 in Australia and became a fan favorite at pubs. Its dark, moody tone and soaring chorus mark it as Dragon's most enduring legacy. At number 4, Richard Clapton, I Am an Island, 1982. Clapton recorded this with producer Mark Opitz at Rhinoceros Studios, layering guitars under his thoughtful, confessional vocals. It peaked at number 20 in Australia and has since been lauded for its emotional realism, making it a favorite at solo acoustic sets and deep road trip playlists. At number 3, The Sunny Boys, Alone with You, 1981. Released under Phantom Records and co-produced with Lobby Lloyd, this track paired teenage yearning with angular guitar hooks. Jeremy Oxley's fragile voice gives it authenticity. Though only peaking at number 28, it earned a spot in APRA's top 30 Australian songs. It's been covered by crowds of indie bands and remains a touchstone of early 80s emotional punk. Number 2, Models, Out of Mind, Out of Sight, 1985. From Out of Mind, Out of Sight, produced by Reggie Lucas in NYC, it mixes horns, disco bass, and polished synths. It hit number 1 in Australia and peaked at number 37 in the US, a crossover pop rock success. Its energetic production represented the era's dance rock pulse and kept Models on MTV. Finally at number 1, Hunters and Collectors, Throw Your Arms Around Me, 1984. Written by Mark Seymour, initially released independently in '84, it was retracked in '86 with the band under producer Gavin McKillop. The quiet acoustic intro builds with heartfelt lyrics, chords, and emotional build until the final chorus becomes a communal sing-along. Though it only reached number 44 in Australia, its cultural standing skyrocketed. Covered by artists from Pearl Jam to Crowded House, it's redefining emotional storytelling in Aussie rock. These weren't just songs, they were moments. From chaotic pub gigs to lonely outback drives, Aussie rock shaped a generation. The stories, the riffs, the words, they still echo through our memories like vinyl on a turntable. Whether you're a die-hard fan or just discovering these classics, remember, this music isn't nostalgia. its identity, its culture, its Australia. Hit like if one of these songs sparked a memory. Drop a comment with your favorite Aussie 80s track. Subscribe for more legends uncovered. Until next time, keep the speakers loud and the spirit louder.